Hey there, Alex Kidman with my quick hands-on of the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. So just ahead of the Galaxy Unpacked event, I had a brief little hands-on session with the new S22 phone. And when I say brief, I really do mean brief, about half an hour, 45 minutes, nowhere near long enough to put them through battery tests or performance tests or anything like that. Just more of a familiarization kind of thing, chance to go hands-on and see what they're like to have and to hold, as it were. Sadly not to take away, but that'll come later. So what do I think? Well, look, here it is. And look, unabashedly, the style is Note. This wants to look like a Note, and let's face it basically is the 2022 Note. I'm totally on board with that. I'm not a big Note fan myself, to be honest. The S Pen is good, and it's certainly a unique thing for Samsung to have, but it's not been something that I've found is immensely useful for my own workflow. That being said, I love the curved design. I love the larger screen of the Note phones. I like the look of this. I especially like the burgundy colour that you only get with the S22 Ultra. Now, being a limited daytime kind of thing, there were a lot of things I couldn't test, especially the night photography. Samsung did show off a few samples of what it can do with the night photography on or off, as you can see here, but I'd really have to test that myself to get to grips with it. Here are some sample photos I took, and look, there's a few things here, of course. You can get a little bit more detail and brightness out of that 108 megapixel wide lens now. Space zoom is still there, but look, it's still the same old space zoom in a lot of ways. So up to about 20 or 30, especially if you're on a tripod as I was here, yeah, you can get some nice enough photos. Push it all the way to 100 and look, you'll represent the thing you're looking at, but it'll be quite blotchy still. It's sort of more of a trick than a really, really useful feature. There's also a really interesting comparison point here, I think, between the S22 Ultra, which is absolutely the flagship, and the flatter screen phones, the S22 Plus and the S22. I can see a lot of people perhaps going for that flat screen design as being preferable. I like the curved. It's a taste matter, sort of, except, of course, you can't get a flat screen S22 Ultra. Didn't entirely have a chance to put them through their paces app-wise. Again, that's just a limitation of the time thing. But look, on paper, they should actually be really impressive phones, especially here in Australia. One of the things I'm quite happy about is that where in previous years we've had the Exynos version of a given Galaxy S phone, we're only getting the Qualcomm versions of these phones here in Australia, which is great. They generally tend to have better performance, better image processing. Basically, they're all-round better phones. They're certainly premium price. While Samsung has kept the pricing in line with what the S21s did, they're still quite pricey. I'll pop the pricing up on the screen here now. Not every single variant that they're making globally is going to be available here, but we're getting the nice ones, and I think that's really what's important. They'll go on sale in early March. They'll go on pre-sale from today, and I'm really keen to actually get my hands on one to properly put it through its paces. But my early impressions are pretty good. This seems more like an evolution of the line, going with what they went with the S21, especially with that S Pen, and making it integrated as a super smart move. I sort of wish it was the case for the S22 and the S22 Plus as well, but hey, maybe next year, Samsung. Anyway, those are my brief impressions of the S22 Ultra. What do you think? What do you want to see? Are you keen on it? Do you think Samsung's done enough? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe.